Phil Eichinger. What I wanted to talk about today is a little bit off script, but it's something that I do use and recommend quite a bit, and that is letter writing. And I did a lot of John Bradshaw work when I was younger, and letter writing was a main component. Non-natural hand letter writing was a big piece of healing. And my mother was always one that would talk about letter writing to make amends with folks when you don't have the words or are not ready for personal meeting. And back to John Bradshaw, writing a letter with your non-dominant hand or a letter to someone that's no longer with us is very healing and therapeutic. So I believe that. So in thinking about this, because I was talking about this with someone in Los Angeles 2 days ago, I decided to write my mom a letter for Mother's Day. I have a letter that I wrote to my mom in 1988. And it's real. I've given her some cards, but it's really the last letter I wrote for her. And I wanted to write my mom a letter for Mother's Day. My mom's name to me is Grandmother. She's Mom, but she'll always be Gandmutter because that's what the kids called her when they were born. And so everybody kind of adopted the term instead of Nana or Gram, just Gandmutter or Grandmother. And although she's my mom, I still call her Grandmother because of the kids. Grandmother, I wanted to start by saying that I love you so much. Over the years, we didn't say it nearly enough. We began saying it with more regularity the last few years, which was meaningful. You are so imprinted into my life and my story, every bit as much as the kids with their hand imprints and feet imprints into the ceramic plates that I still have to this day that were done in preschool. Your kindness and empathy and compassion are part of me and show up in everything I do. Sometimes I am criticized for caring too much, which in times leads to poor personal boundaries. I get that. But even so, it's the greatest blessing you have ever given me in my life. The ability to see things from someone else's eyes or from someone else's shoes allowed me to finally be able to apologize to people without making it about me and without qualifying it. You are my biggest fan, Mom. You always have been. I see you operating behind the scenes today in my life every day. You're like a shell down the shore when we're there that ripples across the bay. When I'm having a hard time or forced to have a painful situation, I remind myself to always offer it up, as you taught me, because other people have it a lot harder than I do. When someone I love is struggling, you instructed me hundreds of times, thousands of times, to say a prayer. And I've learned to pray because of all the prayers I think you sent for me, especially during my darkest hours. When I don't have strength or words, I'll always remember to write a letter. Offer it up, say a prayer, and write a letter. Children really do live what they learn, good and bad. I'm glad we healed a lot of bad before it was too late. And the good I feel every day. One of your main lessons to me was always look for the good in someone, no matter how they hurt you. And learn to forgive regardless of an apology. You've taught me to realize how impactful one small word or deed of kindness can be in a world of very little. A quick, simple word of encouragement, validation, kindness, someone to understand, someone to tell someone, I see you. I know it can save a life. I've literally seen it. Your chocolate smudged fingers are in every chapter of my book. Your influence will be felt in every bit of the story that still remains left for me. You always struggled and wondered if you've done enough, if you were a good mom. I know you carried some guilt there. And I hope Linda and I have answered that question decisively for you by the way we live our lives in honor of you. 2 years ago, you had to leave. I remember that day, and I'll never forget seeing Dad and Linda. It was hard, but I knew there was no more pain. But it was still very sad. Like everything else you do to take care of me, the collection of dimes, cardinals, and candy wrappers that have come our way since let us know that everything is grand. I love you, Mom. Thank you for everything you did for me and continue to do for me and the people I love. Your son,